Isn't a lack of a father the reason you hate trans people?
What? Lack of a father? Man, you hear yourself? Shut up. Man, here's the thing. Man,
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of Torspp.
Cut. Action.
Hey,
Cut. What the fuck? It's 5 lines. It's 5 fucking lines. You incompetent piece of shit.
hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to episode 12 of Torspp. Tired of regular stupid people podcast. With
Should we
me,
change
my
the name of this?
Should we?
I don't know. I feel like the way you just said that, I didn't like it.
And my co-host with me, James.
Hi. So, what's the deal with the airplane food? Is it food or is it airplane food? Am I right?
Is it pea? Is it nuts? What's the name of walnuts?
Are they walls? Or are they
nuts?
nuts? It's a pretty good Seinfeld, honestly. Can I be Kramer? What is he? Jerry! I got my dick stuck in a toaster.
I
could do a really good Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents, but it requires me to be extremely loud.
You gotta do it the one time.
Guys! I didn't really hit it though. I gotta like do the body jerk like he does. I'm just really chill right now, so it's yeah, but it's a lot. You guys get the concept. You heard it. Carl Weezer is pretty unmatched. I like that one. That's a good one.
Mr.
Powers, get your sucker. Wee man, suck his cock. Doesn't Mike Myers play Fat Bastard in that movie as well?
First things first, where's your shitter? I've got a turtle head poking out.
It's like the origin of Shrek, dude. That voice.
Up on deck that could choke a donkey.
What's your favorite Austin Powers movie?
Oh,
Goldfinger, right? That's pretty good.
Goldmember.
Goldmember.
Close.
Why is his finger gold, Mr. Powers?
Gold.
Why is your finger gold, Mr. Powers? We were wondering. All right, but anyway, Goldmember is like, is that the like one that people always like say is the best one, or no?
No, in my opinion, I don't know what other ones there are, but like, I'd say this is a pretty good one. Spy Who Shagged Me. It's
Which one's that? The second?
There's a second out of it, the middle
Okay.
one. The first one's classic, but I think I watched.
Is it a trilogy, or is there more than 3?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
3.
So it's just we watched them at your house back in high school together. I remember that, or we started it. That Tenacious D, because we never watched that either. Pick a Destiny.
Cause it's a pain, a destiny child.
I'll say the like up until I remember in that movie is when they're on the beach and they meet each other.
It's literally within the first 15 minutes of it.
That's like how far we watched. I'm pretty sure, because that's all I remember.
Exactly when that was in fucking Wind Song. What's the only
Yeah.
time it could have been?
We got to do like how we did the Friday the 13th. We need to do that with like Texas Chainsaw or like
Oh yeah,
Nightmare on Elm Street, something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
dude, we gotta do all the fucking stoner movies, or like not even necessarily that. But,
Mac and Devin go to high school. I'm down.
dude, fucking like more of like like all the Seth Rogen movies, like the fucking Austin.
Oh,
Powers.
this is the end. Would go fucking hard.
Yo, yeah.
We'll basically be doing that in real life, like it's a table full of fucking weed and shit. James Franco didn't suck any dick last night. Now I know y'all are tripping.
James Franco didn't suck any dick last night. Now I know y'all are tripping.
Just Danny McBride at the table. It's fucking awesome. He's so fucking funny in that movie, dude. Goddamn. Like, y'all are ungrateful as fuck. I made y'all breakfast. He's like, you wasted all the food. He's like, what? The Green Goblin can't afford some more fucking bacon?
Just chill the fuck out, okay? I'm sure the Green Goblin can fucking afford some more bacon.
He called like Jonah Hill a faggot or something. It's funny.
That white shit all over your mouth, Frankie. You probably sucked somebody's dick. Jonah over here probably watched and jerked off.
So he started going off on everyone. He's like, what did he say about Craig? He's like, Craig was probably grinding on people, big sweaty ass.
Craig doesn't have any pants on. He got fucking wild, probably danced, sweated all over the place.
Oh yeah, when it was the what's his fucking name? The guy that's like Hiccup and shit from How to Train Your Dragon. They're like
Jay Busho. Or
Jay.
Bruce
That's
Busho?
what they call him. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
When Danny McBride gets to him, he's like, "What's up, Jay? I actually didn't know you were in town."
Jay, I didn't even know you were in town. Good to see you.
He's like roasting everyone in the circle, and then when he gets to Jay, he's like, "What's up, Jay?" James Franco in the fucking confessional, like talking to the camera. It's the camera from that movie he was in, 127 Hours. He's sitting there talking to it, and he's like, yeah, man, I don't know, fucking McBride is here. He fucking ruins everything. And then he's just standing behind him. He's like, what you doing?
Of course, Danny McBride is here. I gotta say, it's like typical fucking McBride. Like, I've been feeling really weird about him lately. Like, I don't really know if I want to be friends with him.
What up? What's going on?
Hey, Danny, what's up, man?
He's like, we have to split everything. We're doing it ration style. Everything's 50-50. He's like, well, fuck you. I want 50% of your t-shirt. He's like, I'm not rocking a fucking crop top in your house.
I want 150 your t-shirt. I want the bottom part, the belly.
I'm not sporting a crop top in your house.
I'll cut that shit off, make a headband.
You couldn't handle my midriff.
Like comes and lays in between them. It's like Scarface, and he has both of them on the side of him. Dick to dick, butt to butt. What are we doing? Tip to tip? He's like, no, I think we can do dicks up. Dicks up? All right, cool.
Go. Butt to you and then Jay.
I don't want butt to dick to anything.
You docking into me? You doing tip to me, or what are you doing?
Should we go butt to butt or dick to? I'm fine just going dicks up.
Dicks up?
I'm never going dick to ass.
What? What about Scarface style? Both of you guys?
Wait, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. This is the best way.
This poses an interesting question. What is the proper way to sleep with a homie in the same bed? Are we going foot to foot, like head to feet?
No,
Are we doing dicks to dick?
No, dude. Are you gonna
Butt
have
to
socks
butt?
on?
Dicks up?
We gotta
Floor? You a floor guy?
Like an
What
actual
are
like
you?
wire fence in the middle.
The way I've always done it, basically like feet to head. Like my head will be at one opposite side of the bed, their head will be at the opposite side of the bed. That's just like been the most normal way to sleep. Kind of like 69. Yeah, I could if I wanted to.
I could just slap.
If I felt like it, I could. That'd be an interesting way to wake up at a homie's house, just getting your dick sucked. That'd probably. I think I'd have to leave.
I started watching Ozark.
Yeah, you like it? That first episode, right? Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, like, poor
You
Jason
like the actor?
Bateman.
I love Jason Bateman, dude.
Oh,
Marty,
dude.
bro. But you're gonna love that show, man. I'm telling you, stay committed to it. My parents actually recommended me that show, and then I watched it and was like, "This is fucking sick."
So, like, after, like, you know, like, into it, like, oh, like, why is this shit happening to him? Did, like, someone steal his identity, like, laundering money through him? Then all of a sudden, like, once, like, the girl goes to the bathroom, like, he, like, drops the fucking act, and he's like, okay, now you're just involved with it. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Shoots her through the fucking door. Yeah. Yeah, Marty wasn't doing that technically. I think that was his partner, right?
It was originally.
I know that he had a part in it, but he wasn't like trying to fuck up shit like that. But
so he originally wanted Marty because like he was trying to find a new accountant guy because the one that he had was skimming off him, and Marty was able to identify that error and like show not necessarily error, but what he was doing, and it's like, okay, yeah, I want you, but I don't want Brad, just you. He's like, no,
yeah.
Package
yeah,
deal.
He killed Brad. He was scraping the books. He was stealing money from that guy. That's what I'm saying. Navarro or whatever. One dude that died or whatever, his friend Brad, he was like stealing money from Navarro or whatever.
Yeah, that's what Marty identified to him, and that's why he got fired. He got fucking choked out and scalped. At the end of it, like the first season, it's very solid so far. That fucking FBI agent's a crazy ass motherfucker.
The gay one?
Yeah, the fucking like I ain't no fucking fag, and like comes back like a day later and fucks him. Like yeah, I see him that. And then
it gets good though. That did you get to see that like gay guy like the mom and shit?
Yeah, the
that
fucking
was badass. Yeah,
yeah.
He beats the fuck out of the heroin dealer. Dude, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like for a fucking Marvel fighting game, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say we should talk about that a little bit because we like watched this video and it was like just breaking down pretty in depth like what somebody like or what this guy would want for a fucking Marvel fighting game, kind of like Mortal Kombat or Injustice. And I'm just imagining that, right? Like, what would be like how would you want it to be made? Would you want it to be in this like sense of like what Street Fighter has going on, or would you want like a 3D fighting game, like kind of like the new Dragon Ball, or do you want something like gorier?
I like the idea of like, like you said, like kind of like Dragon Ball, where it's more of like in my head it's even more open field than that, but kind of like a block of New York type shit. And like I don't even know if it's necessarily one-on-one or like multiple people, but it's not like a restraint like side scrolling or any of that. It's like literally like third person, all that, and like fucking like get thrown through buildings, fucking completely destructible environment, fucking like superpower moves. I mean, like I wouldn't even say necessarily combos or any of that, but like I would like to see the fact of gore, like nothing like Mortal Kombat crazy, but like seeing blood, not like what we got in Avengers where it was like you fight robots and they spark,
sort of like Injustice,
in a way, but like like still like
cuts and rips and costumes and shit, like enough to tell like this guy is actually getting hurt, not just a life bar.
Like, pushing the build though, because like maybe like it is like a kind of like a For Honor type thing where you can do like executions and whatnot. Maybe it's like Magneto in Iron Man, like he like fucking crushes Iron Man down to like a fucking like little like pebble of iron type shit. Like that's kind of like maybe like blood spurting out type shit, like on the edge of Raiden mature type shit.
Right. Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking sick, to be honest. Think about how easy it would have been for them at Square Enix or whatever to take the Marvel's Avengers assets and make something like that, like a 2v2, like 1v1 mode, PvP, shit like that. They could have done it easily, and it would have profited.
This game, they were so fucking idiotic not to... It's like even Destiny has Crucible, and that was what they were going for. All they did was like...
That's pretty much all I liked about Destiny 2 was Crucible.
Exactly. And but like,
I kind of want just like a... I think yours is way cooler, obviously, but I would honestly just want like a fucking MK style one where it's like Injustice and shit, and that's like NetherRealm or whatever. They take like the fucking best characters, like kind of like what that guy was saying, Marvel Champions, like it's called Champions because it's the best of the best. Like taking those like really popular characters that everyone wants, like obviously adding characters like DLC or whatever the fuck down the road. But having like combos, finishers, shit like that would be fucking so cool. Like Wolverine having like 5 different finishers, And like you said, like if it was NetherRealm, it'd be even better. Obviously in the perfect world, I'm not saying like it would happen, but like that gore and shit of like doing a finisher on Spider-Man as Wolverine and you're like chopping him up.
Fucking even Spider-Man, like you spin him like in a fucking web like so fast, like, it like liquefies and like condenses his blood inside the web, and it just starts.
Nah, because you gotta keep it on character, right? Like Spider-Man don't kill. It'd be kind of cool to have that, like the characters that don't kill, like are a little bit more tame. Like they'll like just fuck you up. It's like still badass. Like like you're getting your ass beat
with lasers in a way. Captain America wouldn't kill, he just incapacitated.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Hulk would kill, like Wolverine.
Like like
Punisher would be fucking sick.
Like one thing I sent you of that evil Captain America that caved the dude's chest in with the shield. It could be like that type
like
shit.
A variant. Imagine with like the symbiote Spider-Man you can kill.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool. Like different variants of them can do the shit.
Like fucking like the Doc Ock one, like his like little like spider arms come out and like fucking like rip him apart type shit.
That would be fucking tight. Any villain basically would be able to fucking kill and not have it be a big ass deal. It'd be so cool. Like shit, I guess like in circumstance, like if it was bad enough, like fuck it, the hero might kill. I don't really. Who's to say? Like
Iron Man would kill, Vision would kill, Black Widow would kill, fucking Thor would kill. It pretty much like only like like Daredevil, Captain America, Spider-Man,
the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic, yeah, those would have. Deadpool wouldn't give a fuck. Professor X, if we have a wheelchair character. Magneto would kill. I'm trying to like maybe like a Watcher character. That'd be cool. He couldn't interfere type shit.
Punisher would be badass. I think Ghost Rider, he'd be pretty tight too.
Yeah, the fucking executions on him would go hard.
It's honestly like a shame they haven't made something like that yet.
No.
Because that would sell really well, and it would be just a really fun game for most people who like Marvel or just fighting games. Well, it's like they've seen the success with Injustice. You think they'd want to replicate that?
Exactly.
They have like a bunch of characters that would fit the bill for that, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be gory. They could get away with doing just like arcadey style fighting, but having it look somewhat realistic, like Injustice did. And yeah, they're doing Marvel Rivals, but it's also like a fighting game is a different category of game altogether, a whole different genre. It'll, a whole different fan base of people buying that game than there would be Marvel Rivals. But I hope one day we get a nice little fighting game like that, because right now it's just DC and Mortal Kombat. Those type of MK fighting games is what I mean, not exactly fighting games. There's a bunch of fighting games out there, but like Tekken, Street Fighter, shit like that, Soul Calibur. But I'm not a huge fan of those. I'm talking more like a fucking a bigger budget, like Injustice and shit. Because they spent money on Injustice, you could tell. I would literally buy a battle pass for shit like that. Like imagine like you pay for a battle pass in that Marvel fighting game, and it's like, oh, you can get this character this season, or like some skins in a character, shit like that, some currency. That'd be fucking cool.
With them doing MCU skins, it would give it that much more of a boost, because like that's like always like an instant grab no matter what kind of game. They could even do video games in that sense too, like, oh yeah, no, Iron Man from fucking Xbox 360 skin, the original Ultimate Spider-Man skin, fucking purple and black, the purple cell shaded Venom skin.
Yeah, they have a lot of source material to pull from, comics, all that shit, movies, all that.
Hopefully, at least with them actually starting up this like Marvel game division, like let's tap every single fucking market we can. They're already smarter with giving IPs and shit away, like EA, Skybound, Bethesda, Insomniac's already been there. I know that you haven't played it, but Marvel Superheroes Omega coming back.
Yeah, you told me about it.
That game.
That would be really fun.
And that one's free to play, well, quote unquote, in the free to play. They go rather fucking gnarly with the microtransactions. Like it's like you have to like pay for characters, shit like that. You can also grind for it, but it's a fucking grind.
It would be cool if they like brought back Ultimate Alliance or whatever. It'd be cool if they brought back like X-Men Origins Wolverine. It'd be cool if they brought back Iron Man 1 and 2 for the 360. But at the same time, like, yeah, it is nice to like kind of move forward and get like new projects and shit. It's like those shits are old as fuck. They honestly are mostly holding up by nostalgia. It's not actually that cool once you go back and play them for more than like an hour. We're getting really close to GTA 6 though, dude. Like, that's coming up very quick because
insanely close.
The trailer was already 9 months ago, almost 10 months ago. We were sitting here talking about it, like, oh my god, dude, this is so fun. I called you and shit. I feel like we're getting really close with all this hype from all these other games. The new Ghost of Tsushima game, all these other games, Borderlands, Mafia, so on and so forth. I feel like they're like about to speak up and be like trailer 2 bitches in December, something like that. Cause dude, I'm so fucking excited. If no delays happen, which like there's been none confirmed from Jason Schreier, he said like no delays from what any like 6 employees have had said. Like you said, like we're gonna have to get in GTA Online the night before. Like, what do you think? Midnight release? Is that what they're gonna do?
With online itself or the game itself?
Single player.
Single player. Oh yeah.
You don't fuck about online.
Probably midnight. If not, we can. I don't know how tight they are with like the New Zealand shit, whatnot.
That doesn't work.
No. So yeah, probably like midnight. If there's like.
That's what I thought. It was always midnight releases with Rockstar.
Shit, like where like releases at like 6 a.m. and like we'd have to like wake up like in like Texas Chainsaw, something like that.
I would do it.
Oh yeah. But think for GTA.
I was gonna say what we need to do is literally like be in GTA 5 and like driving around in Los Santos for like the last hour. Literally a timer set for 1 hour, and we're just driving around listening to the radio and fucking like whipping that shit, going around the whole map and shit like that.
With flying off in a private jet over the ocean.
And then not even crashing it or anything. Like we're driving in a straight line in the plane, and then we just close the game out, delete it, and go to fucking 6, dude. Oh my god, the perfect send off.
Yep.
That's honestly kind of fucking beautiful. Kind of like it's not like you never ended the session technically. You just closed it out. Like we were both still flying together, and then we just moved to 6. That's fucking amazing. Yeah. It's kind of sad, honestly. It's gonna be kind of like a sorrow end of a fucking era for real. It's gonna be like one of those feelings of like, man, like this is gonna be amazing hype, obviously, but it's also like, damn, man, like we played this game for a long fucking time. Like there's a lot of memories on this map and shit. It's like just knowing we're not gonna ever really go back to that unless it's like 15 years from now, 10 years from now, not even, you know, shit like that.
Whenever usually the online comes out a couple months after like the single player release.
They could have it like with the success of GTA. Well, when that happened, GTA Online wasn't even booming like that. Like it was like they thought it was gonna be like GTA 4 Online, like where it was like a side mode. With it being such a fucking like big deal nowadays, and that's like their money printer, it could be ready off the bat.
Shit. See, like.
I'm not gonna play online though for a minute. I'm just being real with you. Like story mode is gonna be like where it's at.
Like, but I really hope they go like how they do, play the bread and butter. Like
that's kind of what they'd make people do in the first place. Yeah.
And then later on, once you finally get your playthrough, you got a couple solid months.
Yeah.
We'll do online. You can start your shit there. Yeah. I completely agree with you. The fact of single players getting its fucking time.
I'm so excited to just play that game and finally get all these questions answered. Like it is the most. And I'm not even gonna say one of the most. After seeing Red Dead 2 and like the leaks and stuff and the trailer, like it is the most ambitious game to date.
Oh yeah, I remember how much
biggest budget, the longest development time type shit. Like they're really do. Think about like they basically spending like almost double the budget for RDR2. Like they're in the billions for budget. Think about the weather technology, the water physics, the sea life, the fucking animals all over the map, the people, the interactability, the clothing options. Like we might be able to like stack clothing in cool ways and accessorize differently, and like I'm just excited as shit, dude. Like this could be the best one.
Like it's like appreciate Rockstar in general. Like really like the fucking team for quality. Like no one else. Even games that are trying to copy the exact fucking feeling of GTA. Never fucking
it's gonna be a fucking like movie, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Standard for the whole new age of gaming, because that's how GTA 5 was. It set the new standard. All of a sudden games started picking up in quality, whatnot, just like how it looks.
Just all of the shit in the world that's about to be in the game, dude. I'm so excited. Like all the different sports and like cars and like activities you could take part. Like it took a long time for me personally. Like I probably still haven't done all the stuff to be done in GTA 5 story mode. Like there's so much stuff you can partake in. Like there's stock market, tennis, golf,
hunting,
boating, jet skiing, biking, driving all the different cars in the game. Scuba diving, yeah, submarines, fucking. There's like triathlons and stuff where you have to like.
Shit.
Yeah, there's all the different websites in the game, all the different properties in the game, all the different characters you can talk to. It's all the guns and customization options for the guns, all the car customizations you can do. It's like clothing wise, it's like there's so much to it. And like they're gonna take that and basically give us like Red Dead version with like the amount of detail and world detail with stuff packed inside of it, but in like a modern setting. I'm just so excited. Like imagine when you're Jason and you're wearing a hat, it's like Red Dead 2 where like you get punched in the face, like your hat could fall off, you know, and you could pick it back up. It's like, dude, just little details like that, like being able to draw like
down like X or like Y, like choose to put it back on forward or backward.
Yeah, and in the leaks we got to see that you can like go prone now and lay down and crawl. It's like imagine being able to crawl under cars and hide from the cops and shit. Like,
in your opinion, because like, don't get me wrong, it is a cool feature. Like, it added a lot of realism to it. But how do you feel about the concept of missable missions? I think it was more of side missions rather, like obviously like you can't miss certain main ones, but if you go too far into like a different side of the story or whatever it is, like too long, you'll like a mission will disappear. You don't like. I honestly don't like it because it always makes me like looking over my shoulder, like, oh, I don't want to miss shit. Like what I saw one.
Yeah, I think like maybe if it's like the later game part of it, and like maybe it's like you're running your own like drug operation, something like that, hypothetically, like, you know, they call you and they let you know that like something like, oh, there's people coming to the warehouse, we need your help, some shit like that, and then like you just never get to it because you're like doing something else and you're like, I'll finally go do that. Like you go there and it's like, where the fuck were you? You know, they came and stole the shit. Like something like that. It's like, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you had a shot at fucking
to you that like.
But like a main mission? No, I agree with you. If I miss out on like some dialogue and cutscenes because like I was trying to just enjoy something else in the game.
Or anything. Just like you're off fucking around or you do a wrong quest line or whatever. Like,
yeah.
In the canonical sense, you missed that date and you're gone. But I completely agree with you. If it's the fact of like, hey, we need backup here, like pronto, in your mind, you know, like priority number one, let's go. Instead of just like, yeah, just like, I'm gonna get to that one for sure, but I want to do this instead before, and then all of a sudden, like, well, where the fuck did that go?
I'm just like, dude, the hand-to-hand combat, the driving, the flying physics,
the driving,
like the different ways to traverse. I hope there's skateboards, bikes, motorcycles, obviously, cars, obviously, like
really
all dirt bikes, ATVs. Those like water jetpack things that you can get in Florida, you know, like the ones that are like has a big ass tube into the water. Like being able to use those would be fucking fun as hell. Doing flips and shit in the air, skydiving obviously would be fucking fun as hell. I just wonder, like, cause like think about how crazy that is. Like this game is gonna kind of be like Red Dead 2, but like modern, you know, like graphically and shit's gonna have that same like vibe to it from like the character models and like the detail in the world, you know. It's just weird to think like what is stuff like that gonna look like in that realistic of detail, like skydiving and shit like that. Just talking about like if you were flying a plane and you just jumped out, not like a mission or like an activity, like skydiving just like by yourself, like I'm wondering because like you know what the animation looks like in 5 where it's kind of just like arcadey. He just kind of like opens the door, jumps out, all of a sudden parachute on his back, he flies and like, you know what I mean. In like a game like Red Dead 2, like when you jump off a cliff, the rag dolls are like super realistic and shit. Like GTA6 is like the same way. I wonder how it's about to look when you like fling open the plane door and jump out and like you're pulling the parachute on your shoulders, like clipping it before you jump out type shit. And like
imagine
it's just gonna be a lot cooler.
Yeah, like you like open it and like, you know, you jump out and like your head gets like whipped back and like flings you out of it rather than it being clean, and you have to have time to like steady out before you.
Dude, as long as I can do the thing from the Power Rangers movie where I can like have a surfboard and I can be parachuting with a surfboard. Whoa! That'd go pretty hard. Being able to surf in that game will be fucking sick, dude. Especially with like dynamic water physics where it's like actual waves and shit. Because they've talked about that, how they've patented the technology for it. I'm hoping that GTA Online, like GTA 6 Online, GTA Online 2, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's like way more grounded and realistic, and like me and you can like do that like RP feeling where it's like we're in a car together and we like drive by some dude who we know like he only has what guns that like are physically in means of him carrying. Like he doesn't just have a weapon wheel on him. Like he has a pistol maybe and like a shotgun. And if he has a shotgun, we'll see it on his back. You know what I mean? Or he'll be holding it in one hand, like in Red Dead 2, or like it's in his trunk. And like me and you just running up on someone, pointing our guns at him and like killing him, and like he has to like get to the back of his car to get like a bigger gun to fight us off. Like that shit would be cool as hell. Having VoIP and shit, like give me your shit, pussy. We can rob people. That'd be fucking cool as hell.
Dude, I really love the idea of a car being your horse. Like
that's exactly what I'm. Yes, like Imagine me and you, dude, VoIP, and like imagine they had a feature where you can rob people, right? Or like rob their cars, shit like that. Like you could keep money, because they were saying like money is more of like a physical, tangible item in the game. It's not just like it gets added to your thing. Like you gotta go launder it in the story mode. You gotta like put it in your bank account, like drive to the bank and shit. It's like a duffel bag or something that you just like collect it in. Imagine if like when like some dude's like in the process of going to take money to the bank, like he has to go stop and get gas, and we're stalking him, another online player, and we just like hop out and fucking, we're in VoIP and we're like, give me your shit, pussy. We just shoot him and fucking get in his car, take the duffel bag, get back in our car and dip. That shit would be sick as fuck.
Oh, dude, FaceTiming and shit also.
That would go hard. That would go so fucking hard if they decided to add that. I'm not gonna lie. I can take online players' money and shit like that. Like they, maybe you don't even have to launder it necessarily in the online, but like you just at least have to go take it to the bank and shit like that. That would be fucking cool. Or like people's apartments and houses. Like it's like the RP shit where it's like you can lock the fucking door and like get in their shit and steal their shit if they're not on or whatever. If they're on, they can like kill you and shit. That'd be fucking cool.
Sense where it's like dedicated servers, like only one person can own this house type shit.
That's what I'm saying. That would be fucking cool. If they're like, you don't want to participate in that shit, just go play free mode in GTA 6 online. If you want to participate in like the more RP elements where it's like what we're saying, like people stealing your money and like talking in VoIP and shit like that, like you would go play a dedicated like kind of like a 5M 6M server.
Bro, I would pay
for consoles.
GTA Plus if they did that.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, come over to my crib and like you could just walk through the door, and I can like press a button to lock the door instead of it being like you have to load in through a screen and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach, you could see through my fucking like front window, and you just see like dudes pull up in a truck, and they're like, "Motherfucker!" It's like I'm saying, like that more of that RP shit, but they don't have to even overdo it too. It doesn't have to be all those like animations and like, oh, I'll like press this to do push-ups and shit like that. It could literally just be VoIP, make it to where like money, like robberies and shit like that can happen. People could play as the police. There's a jail that people could go to. All the motherfuckers in there do it, like talking to each other in VoIP. That'd be cool as hell.
Legit and get to a point where you own a business. They see, like, even in base GTA Online, they need to change the wheel with how it plays, because like obviously the newer kids and shit that have gotten into it, yeah, fuck, that's fresh for them. But everyone who's been playing since fucking 2013, the sense of doing a bunch of jobs to get a bunch of money, just to get a better apartment, to be able to do heists, and to be able to do better heists, and to be able to do better heists, and to be able to do better heists, and to be able to, not necessarily better, just different heists. They need to fucking fix that structure.
If they add 6M to the multiplayer, like just like because they bought it and shit, and they add like a console version where it's like you could play this, like you said, if you pay like whatever the amount a month, that would be so fucking cool, dude. I'm just excited for the story mode though. I can't wait. I want another trailer at this point though. I feel like it's like I've watched the fucking trailer 1 million fucking times at this point. Like it's still cool, but it's like I've seen it. I know what it is. I want something new now. I want to see more of the world, the characters, shit like that. I want, obviously, like you said, I want gameplay. Like that's the biggest thing, is that gameplay reveal, because I want to see what it looks like when they're controlling the character. Yeah. Literally doing anything. Like if I see them like third person walking around as the character, that's all I want to see, is like what that looks like, what the mini map looks like, all that shit.
Walking around.
Graphically, what it looks like with you in, like obviously it's all in engine, but like from the player's perspective in game, what is it gonna look like?
First person mode looks like.
I know, I'm excited for first person in that game. That's gonna be so fucking cool. And Florida is such a dope fucking setting for it too. Like having it be like Florida and hopefully some like, you know, Cuban island or something to that effect. Having the keys in the game is fucking awesome. Like we were talking about being able to find like treasure, like some lost ship or some bullshit like that. It'd be fucking cool as hell. All those like leaked world events we've seen, like the Florida skunk ape, the voice in the sewer drain.
I want
like
to see
the fucking sex robots in the warehouse. I wonder how they're gonna handle properties and stuff like that. I hope it's more like no loading screens type shit, with them like doing such a big focus on interiors and like enterable buildings being a big part of the game. I hope like I could just like walk through your door and like that's like you can choose in like an interaction menu to lock it or something. But like just or like only allow friends to come in, shit like that. And like me just being able to seamlessly run through your door and be like, "What's up, bro?" Like that shit would be cool as hell.
It would add a lot more to the locking function because they did already kind of play with that in 5. Like, you know, like, oh, people who get into my car, only passengers or only friends could take me out of my driver's seat. They could actually like maybe like a button or something, like only like a little key fob for your car. And then like, you know, like a little like key for your house type shit. Like you said, like make
That'd
it
be
to
so
where
sick.
and walks up, he just has a key, unlocks it also, or like, you know, he's able to like click and unlock the car type shit.
That would be so badass. And like imagine if like they played around with it in GTA 5 online, like so you could smoke weed, you could drink drink green juice to refill your health, stuff like that. Like imagine sort of like Red Dead 2 where it's like you could gain weight, more so like San Andreas, I guess. Like you can work out, like your online character could get buff, fat, skinny, you know. Like imagine like you remember in GTA 5 like you'd switch to Franklin, he'd be at a dispensary like buying weed, shit like that. Imagine if like you could like go as your online character and buy like weed, and like you could go to like your friend's apartment or your apartment and, like smoke, and then like instead of just having it all the time, just like spawn in at your apartment, like you just have a bong there that's unlimitedly ripped, just to make it like more realistic. It's like you can go buy it, and like they have like stat effects, you know what I mean, for like stamina, like health, shit like that, mental sanity, stuff like that. It'd be fucking really cool. And then like maybe like an emphasis on buying snacks and food and stuff like that. It's like I don't want my character to become like a scrawny little bitch. It's like, oh, I need high protein shit, you know, stuff like that. It's like there's certain foods that like tell you in the stat effect, it's like this will make you fat. This is more like a strength thing. You would eat the thing. Like obviously it's probably like more surface level, like San Andreas, like salad or burger. Yeah, and like you could go to the gym and work out if you wanted to. That shit would be really cool.
Or you know the perfect plug for the dispensaries?
Huh.
LD Organics.
That would be fucking cool, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that would be a cool ass little throwback without it being too in your face.
And it's not even like Lamar is like a worker there or anything. It's like,
exactly,
you know,
just the branding. It's their shit, but it's like local, yeah.
Story
cleaning your guns like how you could in Red Dead 2. Imagine like having to take them to like a pawn shop or like a certain gun store and getting them like polished and shit. Even being able to do it yourself at like your house or something like that would be cool.
With RDR.
I feel like their system though with like it kind of makes more sense in like the 1800s to like have gun polish and like a rag on you for that and all that. But in modern era, like pulling out guns,
you would have like a rag or something, or maybe
no,
like
I think the equivalent is what I was saying, like going to a store, like a gun store, like a pawn shop, something to that effect, and like they like it's like a little animation. They take it and they like clean it. It's like an old dude or some shit. Or maybe you can like take it back to your apartment and there's like a workbench area you can do stuff like that at.
Would have never
imagine like it's an online and like you're like at a gas station filling your car up. That's my setting because I think that shit would be cool as hell and online. Just like it'd be a cool place to like see online players meeting up at. Like it kind of forces like, you know, everyone's usually just like driving around fucking endlessly like killing people and shit. And like imagine it's like, oh fuck, like I'm actually trying to make my character not like, you know, like maybe I have a fat character, so I'm trying to maintain his weight. I gotta like stop at this gas station, fill my car up, and get some snacks. And like when you're doing that, like you lock your car or some shit, and you're walking in, and some other dude's walking in too, and it's like two real players interacting. It's like that'd be cool as hell.
I don't know why. I just see this one being a lot more RP based, just in general.
I do like, too. I hope so, at least.
It's a character up at the gas station, be like, come on, why'd you give me a fucking bank lighter, you bitch? Type shit.
I hope it is more RP based for real, because it's gonna be like lame as shit if it's like that mission structure again, where it's like, yeah, everybody's just gonna grind out contract missions. So many other ways to make money and just like interact with players and shit. Having job systems and stuff like that is so cool.
From like like I said, a trash man to a
Maybe we
fucking
can
mob.
actually be fucking police officers in that game finally.
It's honestly a good thing that they held off on that idea in adding.
They make it
GTA.
so hard in like servers and stuff to be a cop. It's so fucking annoying, dude. Like in Arma Life, when we tried to get into that and like become cops, that like I basically met every requirement, and I sent my application. They're like, you weren't in character enough. You have to, next time you'll have to act more in character. You'll have to wait another month or two. It's like, what the fuck?
I was about to say especially with it being on a console, and then like especially like if they is something like they release day one, it would be really cool to be able to get a police officer, because like especially like all of those servers, like like Arma, whatnot, those have been set in stone for a while, so they already like like, have their thing, all that. For us, it would be like everyone's still trying to like get on and
being a cop in Arma would be fucking lame though. It would have been cool in the moment when we were into it, but like now it's like if I got the opportunity, I don't even know if I'd play that much, because it's like you're just like driving around being like, what do you have? Like, oh, you have weed in your trunk? I'm gonna take you to jail, and now you can't play the game for 2 hours.
And then like plus like half the fuckers on console are gonna be like, I want to be the hood booger rather than the cop. It would be like
being a cop would be so fucking fun.
Yeah, and
then
like
you like talking through the dispatch radio and being like where you at? Like, oh, like pulling up on each other and fucking helping each other out.
Yeah,
and they could get away with doing it if they put. I'll always say this: if they could put DayZ on the Xbox, they could do anything like that. Like they could make it like a hotkey menu that pops up, like holding a certain, like holding both bumpers or something like that. Like a menu pops up with more animation options and shit like that.
Shit, I would not be mad at all if I had to like LB left on D-pad or some shit like that.
Yeah, I really hope they do to go the more RP route, like you said. Though I hope that's how the game's gonna be, just like base. Even like non-RP shit, just like base free mode. I hope it's more like that, where it's like job systems, gas, like character weight and like strength, fucking all that shit.
There being where you have to fill up cars like with gas and shit, it already makes an opportunity where players have to revolve around a gas station, and rather than it just being an AI, a player has to work there. Or wouldn't has to, but that role should be.
Yeah.
And then like it would open up for like no matter what, like, oh yeah, no, like I need a pump on this, and like the person sets the deal, whatnot, or like the transaction, and you go through with it.
What was I gonna say? Like fucking, like those gun vans that drive around and like get like you could buy guns from the back of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, imagine if like that was a real player, like you could just have the opportunity, like people could call you and shit.
I'll be on my way. I'm Johnny on the spot.
Because like especially with it, like you said, your car is your horse type shit. You don't have like just unlimited guns to your fucking every like, oh, I need to pull out a rifle.
Yeah, and you got a van or some shit.
And like it's like an emergency. Some dude's like you said, you can FaceTime and shit. It's like some dude FaceTime and he's like, I'm pulling up right now. 5 guys, motherfucker, be ready. Like he can't get to any big guns. He didn't pack a fucking shotgun or a rifle in his car. He just has like a pistol on him. So he like calls a gun guy, and it's like a real player, and he just like pulls in. You buy some guns, dip out.
Yeah.
And like that guy can't like go in the back and just like take all that shit. It's like locked, it's just like he's the delivery guy, but he gets like paid every so often for driving around completing them. That's what I'm saying. If the economy in that game, like the jobs and shit, were ran by real players, it'd feel so much more fun. It'd be like, whoa.
Added pizza delivery in 5. Imagine if you like delivered a pizza to a fucking another player's house.
And like there's hand-to-hand combat, and like we're talking about like you can make your character bulkier, stronger, weaker, like smaller, and maybe he's faster, but like he's not gonna throw as hard of a punch, but he can do like combos, like throw some kicks in there and shit. That otherwise, like if he was bigger, brawny motherfucker, he's not gonna be doing shit like that. He's throwing kickers or something like that, And like being able to like host like a fucking like, oh yeah, this is like street beefs, like meeting in like a backyard in a house in Florida that I bought. Like all like a bunch of people from the server come in there. Like we post on like the online social media in the game, like winner takes all, and it's like a bunch of people like a tournament style. Everyone just like in a ring punching each other in the face, bare knuckle fucking boxing each other. That'd be so fucking cool, dude. Like I think you brought this up. I don't want to claim your idea. I think you said it, but like those like seeing a concert in the game. Like how they had like Dr. Dre and shit like that. They didn't really do too much with it like that, but like imagine like you're at like an outside like venue with a stage and shit, and like it's like Fortnite where it's like a big event and all the online players can go there, sit down, and they can watch the concert, and it's like a mocap performance from that artist, and like you know, new music like Eminem or some shit coming to like Miami. And like you can go buy like $100 ticket from there, get valet and shit, dude. It'd be so fucking cool.
It would hit so many different markets in that sense.
Or even a movie like we were talking about, like a real ass movie.
They need to go off with this one. I'm gonna be pissed if they don't.
I know we're expecting a lot from the online, but like, I mean, I just hope it's good. I hope, like you said, at least it has some maintain of like RP feeling. I still hope the story mode is good though. Like, I mean, it's not even like I hope it's good. I hope it has the like gas in cars and like the weight mechanic and like stuff like that. Like, I hope it kind of has those RPG feelings that San Andreas had, because that'll make it feel really realistic and make it last long for a lot of people, especially me. It's like
RP function.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's the RPG mechanics that San Andreas had. Like, make the game have longevity and shit. Don't be like, oh, fucking, it's gonna be that arcade style like GTA 5 where it's like a mix between realistic and arcade. I want full-on realistic. I feel like that's the next, like, it makes sense for that to be the next step in like GTA's evolution. And I feel like with Red Dead 2, that's like what we got. And I feel like that set the expectation from Rockstar Games. Like, this is what you guys make now, is like masterpieces, the most like insane detail ever in any game. Like, that's kind of the bar that's been set. So GTA 6 can't be anything but like basically Red Dead 2 but modernized, yeah, with even more money and shit spent to make the game more fucking perfect.
How would you like, this is like, I would say a little bit weird, maybe unnecessary, but at the same time, yeah, who knows? But the online character having a voice.
Personally, no. I don't like the idea, but I wouldn't, like, if it was done right, I guess I wouldn't care.
Ideally, in like, you know, like where it's like not like too big of a thing, I would like them to add grunts at least. Like, you know, how they did in RDR2. Like, you fall, it's like, or like you're, you know, like you're
that would be cool.
Yelling.
Yeah, somewhat personality from the character, so they're not entirely mute. Yeah.
A psycho taking.
In the perfect world, it would be really cool if they had you read like a certain like prompt, like one of those like AI programs where it's like, if you read this prompt, like you can have your voice replicated. Imagine being able to do one of those when you start online, and like your voice is in the game now for all the dialogue they writ for your character. So like your online character just sounds like you. It'd be fucking cool as hell. Like me and you bantering with each other in a cutscene, and it's like our voices. This sounds sick. That would be fucking cool. I would do a little funny accent when I like read the prompt. I'd be like, "All right," like try to sound like Jason Statham or something. So my character's voice just sounded awesome the whole time.
So you want me to get the drugs, do you?
Yeah, dude, that shit would sound so badass. Doing it in the Carl Weezer voice. So every time your character talks, it's all right.
Want me to get the drugs?
That'd be so fucking awesome. But no, honestly, we are kind of like overhyping. I don't know if it's gonna be anything like what we're saying, but I honestly, dude, I think the game will be fucking.
It has to have chunks of what we just talked about.
Oh yeah. I mean, we got to see in like GTA 6, like the leaks or whatever, like them in the motel together, and it's like instantaneous switching between each other, and like they can just like walk in and out of the hotel door without it loading and shit. That's gonna be pretty fucking cool, having that already like seamless. Like, you don't need to worry about no loading screen. Like, the fucking transitions are pretty much instantaneous. Like, you can look out the window and see like the rain falling like perfectly to what it would be if you were outside. It's like, that's fucking dope.
that was a big thing for me, because I remember saying that early on, even before like we've seen anything along those lines. Was
What?
like, with GTA 5, they focused on just making a big map, but you couldn't actually go into anything. But in this one, it already seems like it's shaping up to be. You can literally go inside of whatever. And, like
The Aaron Garbett's son or whatever, he like leaked a clip of GTA and got in trouble for it. He said that 70% of interiors are enterable, and that was like before the game was even done. That's just like what he said when it was still like a year ago when this happened.
It makes sense, like, you know.
And that's not no bullshit. Like, he actually leaked a clip. I think I've sent you the clip, like the TikTok clip or whatever the fuck, where it's like a street and shit. Yeah, like he actually got in trouble for that. He said, like, someone asked him about it, like one of his friends or whatever, and he said 70%. But that was as of like a year ago. Imagine when the game comes out next year, how much, like, it probably is even more than that.
Like, yeah, like I would imagine still like a solid little something, because there's gonna be businesses, like houses.
A guy made a video and broke it down, and he was saying like 70% is a lot because like in GTA 5 it's like 20% or something to that effect. Like he counted all of the buildings and how many you can go inside of. And all right, thank you guys for watching episode 12 of Torspp, Tired of Regular Stupid People podcast. We'll be seeing you guys shortly, soon. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload our next one. We don't have like a set schedule yet, so it's gonna be just basically any time, but we will do a schedule, so hit the notification bell so you don't miss them, just in case if you are waiting for them. If you're not waiting for them, that's completely fine. If you liked what you heard or got any suggestions or criticisms or critiques, let us know in the comments below. If you have anything nice to say, let us know in the comments below. Check out Zach's channel, Lita Lee. Check out my channel, AH James. And we'll probably be...
Father Zachary! Oh, you've been awful naughty. Father Zachary likes to get the other villagers excited with scripture.